The Michigan DNR, and I quote, is on their knees begging and wincing. I know you guys don't want that. Nobody wants that, but we got to start taking this into our own hands. I got the numbers here, and I got to tell you, the DNR is not happy with you guys out in the field. We're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about the harvest report. Welcome back to the channel. My name's Luke Pulaski. If you're new here, my channel is The Outdoor Conquest. We do hunting, fishing, all that type of stuff here in the great state of Michigan, from coast to coast, north to south, east to west. If you're new here, consider subscribing to the channel. 100% free to do so, costs you nothing. All it does is show your support to me and my channel, and whenever I upload a new video like this, you get a notification sent to your phone, email, computer, wherever. We let you know I uploaded a new video, and you guys can check it out when that happens, just like this one. But we're going to dive into it. I got the numbers here. The harvest report is in, up to date. Today's November 5th. The report is from November 3rd. We're going to dive into it, why the numbers are staggering. I want to get your guys' opinion in the comments. What you guys been seeing in the field. Have you been harvesting? If you want to share your harvest pictures with me, be sure to do that. theoutdoorconquest@gmail.com is where you can find me. Send me those pictures. Send me the harvest reports. Send me your pictures from deer camp. I'll share that with everybody on the channel here. But I've got two different articles I'm going to read from. And what we're going to do is we're going to talk about them. I'm going to breeze through them real quick, give you my opinion on some of this stuff. I want your guys' opinion in the comments. Okay, you guys did really good on the last video, creating an engagement, so I can communicate back and forth with you guys. We can have conversation in the comments. I really appreciate that. It's one reason I love doing this type of stuff, is for the engagement with you guys watching my videos. Leave me a comment. Let me know where you're watching from, all that type of stuff. But this one is from 99, Mr. Scott Clow from 99WFMK.com. Michigan's 2025 archery deer season so far. Big bucks, but a big problem. So he goes through here, and I'm just going to breeze through it, you guys, but I'm going to highlight some of the important topics, and we'll talk about it. So far, hunters this year have tagged and self-reported nearly 48,000 deer statewide, and the scoreboard looks a little bit lopsided. Of those 48,000 deer, now pay attention here, of those 48,000, 33,396 were antlered, which leaves only 14,507 deer to be antlerless. Now that's a big problem. Michigan's always had that problem, you guys. We can legally shoot 2 bucks. Guys hold out and try to get their 2 bucks and not shoot does. And it's a big problem. I don't know how we can solve this, if we can get the DNR to lower the doe tag price or just give the damn things away if they want more does shot. But I'm telling you guys right now, if we don't start shooting more does, that's all of us. Whether you're QDM, state land guy, you know, guy leasing property, whoever you are that's out in the field hunting, we're not going to start shooting more does collectively, the DNR is going to get deeper and deeper into our pockets. And you want to know what's going to happen is these crop damage permits, the block permits, they're going to start handing them out tenfold. I can see it. The writing's on the wall. These guys can just go ahead, and they have every excuse. Somehow the insurance companies are going to get involved because the car deer accidents are going to go up because the doe harvests are down more and more each year, and it's not good, you guys. We got to do better with the doe harvest. I'm going to read this next segment. It is word for word. We're going to quote it. Michigan archery hunters deserve credit. They're skilled, dedicated, and clearly putting in the hours. But as the season continues, wildlife officials are crunching the numbers and wincing. The imbalance between antlered and antlerless harvest makes managing an overpopulated herd harder and harder each year, despite the DNRs practically begging hunters to take more does. Now, I need to know if the DNRs, you know, I've never seen or heard the DNR basically begging me to shoot more does. I know it's something that needs to be done, but I don't feel like the state government is doing the right thing. Like, if they want more does harvested, they need to be giving out more doe permits at a cheaper price, or buy one, get one, whatever it needs to be to encourage more doe harvest. We all know the does are overpopulated. Go to any other state and deer hunt. You're going to see more bucks than you are does. Okay, they have well-managed herds. In Michigan, the herd is huge, and it's just out of control. Need to take more does. So in this article, they do a county by county rundown of the actual harvests, that were logged on the app. I get it. Not everybody does it. Very few people probably don't. Majority, I'm assuming, are following by the book. But those numbers are staggering, big time. And it also says the harvest is down as a whole by 10% from 2024. So I've got another article here. This is from Mr. Tommy Carroll from WGRD.com. And the column is titled, Michigan Deer Harvest Drops Compared to Last Year. Now his article is mainly personal experience why he believes the deer harvest has dropped. He's blaming it on the warmth of the summer and the beginning of the fall, which we all can agree. There was 3 weeks in October there that were extremely warm. He also says the number of deer we saw in the first 3 weeks of the season compared to last year is completely different. It's not like we were even hunting the same piece of property. We couldn't get out to our spots early enough before the field would fill up with deer. This year, we go out about an hour to an hour and a half before dark when they finally start showing up. The harvest numbers are down 10%, and we got a few bullet points here as to why he believes, and it makes good points here, the harvest numbers are down. Number one, the weather. Way too warm. Guys, will shoot a trophy buck in the warm weather if they're hunting because they feel like it's more important. They can take the time to handle the harvest, the meat, all that type of stuff with the warm weather. But a lot of guys, I'm guilty for it. You're not going to shoot a doe when it's 60, 70 degrees out. You're going to wait till it's cooler. But not a lot of people do that. Usually you'll get a buck, maybe two before then, and you're not worried about a doe. So that's part of the problem why the does aren't getting harvested. It also says here, Michigan experienced a mass year of acorns, which basically means a bumper crop. So the oak trees are producing a massive amount of acorns. The deer don't have to move far from bedding to food and back or to water. They're going to sit in that triangular area to where they have to move the least, to use the least amount of energy to get their food, to get what they need to drink and stay bedded down, especially when it's warm. So when you have a bumper crop of acorns, you're going to run into that problem. It's going to decrease movement in the daylight hours. And the southern lower peninsula has experienced the EHD, which I want to know, did you guys experience EHD issues in the southern lower peninsula? If you're hunting there, I know I have a friend of mine that hunts there, and on their 120 acres, I believe he hunts, they found over 25 dead deer, assuming EHD. But now that it's cold, we've got cold nights, we shouldn't be running into those problems any longer. So with that, I want to know how the harvest is for you guys. How's the harvest been? Are you guys getting deer? Are you taking does? I've got no shame in taking does. Honestly, my first ever deer harvest was a doe, 14 years old. I remember it like it was yesterday. I can relive the moment right now from 30 years ago. So I have no shame in shooting a doe, although I'm like the rest of us. I love shooting a nice buck, but I'm not that particular. I'm in it for the meat. I do love a nice trophy buck, and I will hold out and wait for him. But I'm going to tell you, November 15th, the first shooter doe that steps out is going to be hitting the dirt. Guaranteed, no questions asked. But let me know what you guys think about the harvest report. What's the harvest report around where you guys are at? Let me know in the comments. And if you guys are getting out, I'm hoping you guys have a successful season. I got up to deer camp here over the weekend. Got my deer stand ready. Got some things ready to go on the buck pole. Cleaned some things up, tidied some things up, so we're ready to go. So with that being said, I appreciate you guys taking the time to watch the video. Again, I hope you've had a successful deer hunting season so far, but we got to come up with a way to take more does. Whether we got to get with the DNR as a whole and try to get some cheaper permits, but I'm telling you guys, the farmers are going to end up with more block permits, and I know you guys hate them just as much as anybody else because they can just drop deer throughout the summer, and whether buck doe doesn't matter. And I know you guys don't want that. Nobody wants that. But we got to start taking this into our own hands and really start knocking the doe numbers down. But the DNR has to help us out at the same time. They got to do something with the doe permits, whether it's lower the price, make it buy one, get one, whatever it has to be. Something's got to be done. But I'm going to hop off here. I got to get ready for work. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. If you haven't yet, subscribe to the channel. Thanks again, you guys. We'll see you on the next one.